Okay, shalom, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is just a clue that at one time, so-called black people lived in Scotland. Okay, as a matter of fact, the word Scotland, Scot means black and land of the blacks. Okay, Scotland. All right, so this is a channel that I watch every now and then. The channel is called King in It, and the guy on the left, his name is Craig, and that's his woman on the right. Her name is Amy. And I started first watching them. They were doing videos, van life, going across Europe and all that. And, you know, I drew a liking to their channel. You know, the chemistry between them. They're both funny, you know. Got that British humor, so to speak. They're both from Wales, but after doing the van life thing, they decided to buy a home. You know these women, they want to settle down, all that nonsense. So they finally got their home in Scotland. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is pay attention to what this woman says to her man, right? Right before they enter into the home, she says there's a Scottish tradition before we enter into this home we just bought, right? So I'm going to play the clip for you, and I'm going to call this video, hold up, did she just say a dark male? All right, so pay attention. And this is a clue that lets you know at one time, Scotland, especially when that tradition was created, I'm pretty damn sure when it was created, it was so-called black people that were living there in Scotland, okay, during the so-called Dark Ages. All right, so this is just another clue. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
Used to get babes.
Welcome home, kid. Yes!
I'm a bit nervous.
Should we go and have a look?
Although we were buzzing to finally walk around the house and see it again, we were apprehensive about the damage it had taken through a pretty cold and snowy winter.
So apparently the keys are under this stone bench. How Scottish. Can't see any keys.
Not gonna lie, I didn't think we'd spend 45 minutes looking for the actual house key. There's lots of stone seats, so we're unsure which one it's in.
I love an Easter egg hunt. This is so good. It's such a weird feeling, honestly.
You got it?
I got it.
Hey.
Just one little key. Should we go in?
We can actually. We've got to do a tradition first. Just need to get a few things.
Before we entered the house, we needed to complete a Scottish tradition.
It's called the first footing. To ensure good luck into the household,
So the tradition is called the first footing. So right before you enter into the home, according to a tradition in Scotland, this is what you're supposed to do. All right. Now pay attention to what she just says. She says she mentions a dark male. So check this out. Bring this back.
Should we go in?
We can actually. We've got to do a tradition first. Just need to get a few things.
Before we entered the house, we needed to complete a Scottish tradition.
It's called the first footing. To ensure good luck into the household, the first foot should be a dark male.
Voila.
A dark male. Did you hear that? A dark male. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at him. He ain't so dark. A dark male. So that's a clue, man. That's a clue that at one time, Scotland, the people that lived in Scotland were so-called black people at one time, okay? They inhabited that part of the world, Scotland, Ireland, okay, especially during the so-called Dark Ages. If we were to take a time machine and go back, the phone had to chime on that one. If we had to take a time machine and go back, we would see that those people were dark-skinned people, what you call so-called black people, okay? But what happened throughout the years, the intermingling caused what you see now. And a lot of these people that look like Edomites, like these two here, they very well may be Jakes, okay? They do have a lot of flavor, them two. And I've been watching their videos for a while, okay? But it's to me, it was very interesting when she said a dark male. Let's say that again. Let's say that again.
We needed to complete a Scottish tradition.
It's called...
And keep in mind, it's what? A Scottish tradition, right? Bring that back.
Should we go in?
We can actually. We've got to do a tradition first. Just need to get a few things.
Before we entered the house, we needed to complete a Scottish tradition.
It's called the first foot in. To ensure good luck into the household, the first foot should be a dark male.
Voila.
The first foot should be a dark male. And then he goes, voila. I don't know about you, but share your comments with me in the comment section. You think a dark male, is that alluding to a so-called black person? Because that's what it sounds like to me, a dark male, okay? And first of all, right, a lot of these so-called white people, especially in that part of the world, Britain, a lot of them are pasty, real pasty. So I'm listening to her and I'm hearing dark male. I'm thinking so-called black person, what you might call a so-called Negro. That's what I'm thinking. And plus, I know the history of Scotland. At one time, so-called black people were living in Scotland. You know, Esau tries to hide that information, but it's true. Okay? As a matter of fact, I know for a fact, well, according to my family, we're supposed to have relatives up in Aberdeen. Aberdeen is a place in Scotland, as far as what I've heard concerning my family. Okay? So let's hear that one more time. Let's hear that one more time.
We needed to complete a Scottish tradition.
It's called the first foot in. To ensure good luck into the household, the first foot should be a dark male.
Voila.
Taking with him symbolic gifts, such as Scottish shortbread, salt, coal, a wee dram.
And wait a minute, Jake loves shortbread. There's a song, Mama's Little Baby Loves Shortening Bread. Let me see if I find that. And that's part of the Scottish tradition. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. I remember that song. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Here we go. Here we go. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. By the Andrews Sisters. And I believe the Andrews Sisters, I believe they were Jakes, man. Them chicks could sing. All right? They could sing better than most of these women of today that call themselves singers. Let's read some of these lyrics here. Put on the skillet, slip on the lid. Mama's gonna make a little shortening bread. That ain't all she gonna do. Mama's gonna make a little coffee too. Come on, that's Jake, man. That's Jake. 3 little children lying in the bed. 2 were sick and the other most dead. Sent for the doctor, and the doctor said, give those children some shortening bread. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's Jake. All right, songwriter's Reese Dupree. Now I have to look up this Reese Dupree, find out a little background. But there you go, okay? Part of the Scottish tradition is a dark male bringing what? Shortening bread. All right? How interesting. Let's listen some more.
Scottish shortbread, salt, coal, a wee dram.
Oh, winning.
And this was supposed to be a black bun. It's a typical, like, Scottish dessert. But
A black bun. Scottish dessert.
they're sold around Christmas time and we couldn't get one. So we've got a vanilla party cake. You are the bringer of good luck. These gifts to the house will mean that the household will be safe, warm,
The bringer of good luck, a dark male. Check that out.
and you will have enough food for the year.
Turn the key, baby.
Go on then, first footer. Give it everything you've got.
There you go. So I just found that interesting. All right, a dark male, Scottish tradition. Hey, you be the judge. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Anyway, shalom.